never be made by a group, as a group is made up of individuals, each with his or her own level of relationship and choice. Okay? Everyone in the group is different. Everyone in the group is at different levels. Some people need to be taught. Some people need to have patience. Okay? We all develop that relationship, but it's individuals, and we come together as a group to share our personalities and our experiences and our knowledge so that we all grow together. All right? So, to choose to live a halacha, a way of life within Elohim, is described in verse 27. You did see that halak is actually a word that's found in the Torah. We found that earlier. Okay, it's a way of life. 27. And they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the water. Great. So they got there, and Moses went out, and he counted to make sure there were 12 springs, and he counted to make sure that there were exactly 70 palm trees. Why 12 springs? Why 70 palm trees? Okay? I'm sure that there's a place called Elim that has 12 springs and 70 palm trees. When we read stuff like this in the Torah, we have to ask that very important question. What does it mean? Okay? How do I apply this? So, it's in this verse that we have to consider the other option of seeking the stability of a relationship with Yahuwah over our pride and our arrogance. So we have this word, elimah. See there? The English can't even get it straight. Elimah. That means palms. And the palms are representations of blessings. This is a feminine noun, and as such, a representation of spiritual blessing. Okay? Does Yahuwah, as a spirit, blesses us spiritually, and through that blessing, we manifest physically. All right? The blessing is found at the 12 springs of water. So the 12th letter of the Aleph Beit is Lamed, that means instruction and guidance. 12 is also a number that represents the kingdom's authority. 12 disciples, okay? The authority, I give you all authority to go out and do all this stuff, but represents the kingdom's authority. The word used for springs, it may surprise you, does not mean springs. The word is ayinot, that means eyes. It is in the perception of the instruction and guidance of the kingdom's authority, the Torah, that is the word of Yahuwah Elohim, that we're able to understand the 70 palm trees. This is a play on ayin. 70 is the numerical value of ayin, and the palm trees are the blessings of the word of Yahuwah. So our perception of the word of Yahuwah is what brings us blessing, removes us from bitterness, and allows us to be encamped there by the waters. In other words, to reside in the presence of Yahuwah by and through his word, who is Yahusha. Okay? Come to me, all of you who are freaked out, wigged out, and stressed out. I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. What I'm giving you to do isn't that hard to do. I'm humble, and in my heart you will find rest for your souls. If we read it correctly. In my heart you will find rest for your... Well, what is his heart? It's the Torah. We consider the last letter and the first letter, you put them together, they spell lead, they spell heart. So, our relationship with Yahuwah comes through our relationship with Yahusha. To understand how we walk. But we have to be able to understand that it goes beyond the Greco-Roman thought of a deity that we pray to. It becomes a presence, a friend that we are in conversation with, when we are at home in the office, when we're at home in the bedroom, when we're pounding out a piece of metal out in the forge, when we're at work, working with computers, or working with whatever it is that we're working with. Yahuwah our Elohim is right there with us. He's present. When I'm away from the house, my thoughts are on Trina. I think about Trina often. I need to pick this up for her, or would she like this? Or I see something that reminds me of this or that. She's present. That thought of her in my life is present. And that's what we need to develop in this relationship with our Elohim. That it's so real that I can have a conversation with my Elohim at any time and understand and be confident that he will hear me and that he will relate back to me, to where we get those aha moments. Oh, now I know how to figure this problem out that's been making me bitter, because I've turned it over to my Elohim. So anyway, corny question from Homiletics 101. What halacha do you choose? And with that, we can say grooviness has been achieved. And open